Hello, we are your friends from the Office of Early Childhood at the Mississippi Department of Education. I'm Oki, and I like to teach through song and play.
I'm Candace. I like to pop in and help make activities easier.
I'm Marissa, and I like to make learning fun. And this is the Mockingbird. He's going to come and tweet us through every lesson, and he's our state bird.
And I'm Lemuel, and I love creating cool things with lots of fun stuff.
Welcome, welcome, friends today, friends that are here and far away. We will learn through meaningful play about our theme and question of the day. Welcome, welcome, friends today, friends that are here and far away.
Let's get ready to have some fun.
Welcome, friends. I wonder what we're going to learn about today. Let's go visit the Mockingbird and see what he has tweeted us. What are the different types of weather? What are the different types of weather? Let's invite our friend Candace on with me, and we'll talk about what are the different types of weather. Hey, Candace.
Hi, Marissa.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good.
So our question is, what are the different types of weather?
Oh, what a
Yes.
great question.
And I have two vocabulary words for us today. The first word is precipitation.
That's a big one.
That is a big one. I have to get my mouth ready to make the purr sound. Precipitation. Do you know what precipitation is?
What does that mean?
Well, precipitation is water or the amount of water that's in the air, like snow or rain or hail. And this picture right here, it shows the different strength of precipitation. The red means it's really hard, and then the yellow means it's kind of hard, medium precipitation, and the blue and the green is it's just a little light rain.
Isn't that neat?
That is neat. And then the next word is drought.
That looks like no precipitation.
You're right. It's the opposite of precipitation. It's dry. The ground is dry. It hasn't had any precipitation in a long time. I wonder if you've got us some Spanish and sign language for these words.
Well, sure I do. So, as we've talked about from time to time, sometimes the Spanish word sounds very similar to the English word. So our Spanish word for precipitation is precipitación.
Oh, precipitation.
Very good. Let's do it one more time. You
okay.
ready? Precipitación.
Precipitation.
Almost the same as in English.
You're right.
And the sign for precipitation is kind of like you might imagine. You go like this, like rain.
Oh,
Like it's raining. That's
it's coming
precipitation.
from the sky.
Isn't that neat?
Just like I said in our vocabulary word definition.
And for the word drought, the Spanish word for drought is sequía.
Sequía. Wow.
That doesn't sound like the English, does it?
That does not
It's a little
sound
different.
like it.
Sequía.
Sequía.
Very good.
Okay.
And the sign for drought, it's a little more complicated. You're going to take your finger across here. Like that. So essentially,
Wow.
no rain.
No rain.
No rain.
Remind me what what
We
precipitation?
did precipitation this way,
That's right.
but this time we have no rain, so
No
this way.
drought.
That one's a little harder. We may have to practice some
We
more.
are going to have to practice that one. So Candace, today we have a special guest.
Who?
We have a new friend, and his name is Corey Wright, and he is coming from the Natural Science Museum.
Oh, that's a great place.
I know, and he has brought us some animals. And
Real animals?
Real animals. Today, I can't wait to see what real animal he has. And he's going to talk about how the different types of weather affects this one animal.
Wow.
Yes. So will you come back and join us later?
Sure.
After Corey is done?
Have a great time.
Okay. All right. Thanks,
Bye.
Candace. So now I'm going to welcome Corey. Oh, Corey.
How are you today?
I'm doing well, Corey. How are you?
I'm good.
we are talking about what are the different types of weather. And I see you've got something a little slithery right here.
I do. This is a speckled king snake. And the cool thing about Mr. Elvis is his name. The speckled king snake is, he's the coloration of his surrounding area. Grass is generally green. He's a darker color behind it. See behind those spots? Some people call it the salt and pepper snake, but in science terms, we call it the speckled king snake. And with weather, if it's, you guys are learning about precipitation, and that's the amount of rain falling. So for this snake, if it's a wet time or a lot of water, he doesn't want to be around a lot of water. So what he would do is he would live in a tree cavity to get away from the water. And in a drought, he would need water. This is a reptile. They don't require drinking a lot of water all the time, but in a drought, this snake would actually wait till in the morning to get more moisture or water because it's usually dew from plants. So that's how he would get his water, or even if this snake was hungry, he would probably hunt late at night where it's cooler to find warm mammals or even other snakes.
So Corey, that's interesting, and I'm so glad that you used the word precipitation. Our other word is drought. Can you explain to us how a snake would survive when there's no precipitation? How does it affect the snake?
How it affects the snake is generally they would find an area that may still be muddy and get water from that source, or they won't move as much during the hot times. In the morning, when we have morning dew, they would get water from the plants, the dew off the plants.
Ah, I wonder if the children at home have ever seen dew in the morning. That's a type of precipitation.
It is a type of
Like when you
precipitation.
wake up in the morning and you walk outside and the air is all dry and there's not a cloud in the sky, but then you walk on the grass and there's wet. That's a type of precipitation called dew. You
is.
taught us a new word, Corey. Thank you.
Oh, no problem.
So, Corey, I know that the children at home are watching that snake slither all around you, and it's making these wavy and curvy lines. And sometimes I get a little nervous over here because the tongue of the snake is coming out right at me. Can you offer us a couple of safety tips for a snake?
I can. First off, in Mississippi, there are 55 different species of snakes. Out of those 55, 6 of them are venomous. Not poisonous, but venomous. Venom is injected, poison is ingested. But one of the best things to do with a snake is if you see a snake, take 2 steps back, turn around, and walk away. You don't want to run because you might run into a tree and knock yourself out. I'm just playing.
We don't do that.
The best thing to do with a snake is to take 2 steps back. Watch your surroundings when you're walking. Don't try to kick up leaves or sticks because it may be a snake and he's going to let you know, leave me alone.
One time I was with my son and we were riding bikes and he saw a snake slither right across of him and he got so scared. He stopped on his bike and he said, "Mom, there's a snake!" And I said, "It's okay." And I told him that, just stop and freeze. And we watched the snake and he slithered right across.
They generally will leave you alone. They have ways of protecting themselves. All snakes will rattle their tail to try to scare you or to let you know, don't step on me. And some snakes will huff or bluff you. When I say bluff, they'll jump and run.
Wow, Corey, this is so neat. Do you mind if I touch the snake?
Oh, sure.
So if you ever get a chance to go to the Natural Science Museum and you come across Corey, I'm sure you've got some tips that I need to follow when I touch the snake. How do I need to be careful?
Well, one thing you can do is when you pet this snake at the Natural Science Museum, don't go outside and pet a snake. Please don't do that. But this snake, if you're going to pet him, 2 fingers and you rub down the snake's back.
Okay, I think I can do that. I wonder what it feels like because it looks a little slimy.
They're actually soft and cold. This is a reptile. Reptiles are
It is
cold-blooded,
soft and cold.
and they use the sun to keep warm and to help digest food.
I feel a little bumpy on it too.
That's his backbone. Snakes have 400 to 200 ribs and vertebrae. They are vertebrates, so they have a backbone.
Well, Corey, this has been so much fun, and thank you for letting me touch your snake.
Not a problem.
I appreciate that. So can we give you a round of applause? There we go. All right. Thank you, Corey.
See you later.
Okay. So now that we've talked with Corey, you know, remember Mr. Lemuel? Mr. Lemuel, I know, is going to have something fun for us about snakes. Hey, Lemuel.
Hey, artist friends, how y'all doing?
Doing well. We had this fun conversation with Mr. Corey from the Natural Science Museum, and he brought a real snake.
Oh, I'm so sorry, I missed that.
I know. It was so much fun. And he talked with us about how the weather affects the snake. Talked about the precipitation, how the snake will wake up in the morning sometimes and get the dew on off the grass, and how the snake does not like drought. So I wonder what you can tell us about with art and snakes.
Well, you know, artists like to create things and they're inspired by their environment. I don't really care for snakes, but I do appreciate and respect them. So I created something in honor of them.
Okay.
And I thought, you have some not real snakes, right, for me to look at?
I do. So I kind of thought that maybe you didn't like a real snake. So I found these little rubber snakes at home.
They look pretty real to me.
And look at the lines.
Oh, look here. Let's see, is it spiraled or wavy?
Well, it looks like a spiral to me.
Do you have one that's a wavy?
I do have a wavy one right here. It's a good thing we don't have that real snake up here. It'd be hard to keep him still for you.
So, we can use a pipe cleaner to make a spiral. So you can just kind of wrap it around your finger. Voila.
Oh, wow.
There you have a
yes.
spiral. Or you can take one and bend. What color do you want?
I like purple today.
See if you can make a wavy.
Okay, I'm gonna lay it down here, and I'm gonna lay it right next to that snake. We got a hold of the swirl. And I'm having to use both of my fingers.
And do you know that these same lines you can use in making letters?
Really?
And look, an S, snake.
Yes.
Stay away.
Yes.
Step back. How many steps did Corey say?
2. He said
2.
to step back 2. Yes.
All right, so I'm going to show you how you can use clay to make a snake.
Okay.
All right, so you want to roll it carefully. Let me pull my step. And you want to make sure you're using the same kind of pressure. You might need to. And I'm using just some special kind of clay, but you can use dough, whatever kind of, you can even use mud.
Oh, yeah. After it rains, after the precipitation.
Yes. And that makes it really moist clay out from the ground. So let's see if we can make a wavy.
And this one right here is the wavy. I'm gonna move it over.
And I'm going to mash his head a little bit to make it. And that's his tail. He's going, get away, get away.
That's right. That's what Corey, he told us how the tail will rattle and protect itself.
So here's one I made where it's coiled, like that one.
It's a spiral.
And this is one that my artist friend made.
Yes. This little boy is 6, and his snake turned out just like that.
And looks like he just ate something.
It does.
And he's
come
sunning,
big.
he's laying in the sun so he get warm and help digest.
Right.
We learned lots of fun things
We
from Corey.
did. We did learn lots of fun things.
So you can make snakes at home, not real snakes. And you can make them coiled up. And the reason they're coiled up like this is because when they're cold or they're kind of hiding in like a rotten tree or under some brush, they'll kind of coil up. But if they're out and you see them sunning, you would make them kind of wavy like this.
Well, Lemuel, thank you so much for telling us how we can make those wavy and spiral lines with Play-Doh. So,
All right, happy
all right.
creating.
Thank you,
Bye.
Lemuel. Bye-bye. Now I want to invite Candace back on, and Candace is going to help us talk about the swirly lines and letters, and I think she's got some accommodations for us. So, Candace, how are you?
Hey, what a fun time you've been having.
We have had so much fun up here. I got to touch a real snake.
No way.
I did. So Mr. Corey, he said that when I touch the snake, I have to use 2 fingers.
Okay.
And I have to touch it gently right here.
Oh, that's a good idea.
But that's only if he's holding him.
Oh, so not like outside.
No, like I don't, if I see a snake outside, do you know what I have to do?
What?
I have to not scream. I can't say snake and act crazy. I have to go take 2 steps back, just like my 2 fingers when I touch.
Oh, I can remember that.
And I take 2 steps back, and I check my surroundings, and I walk away.
Oh, that's a good plan.
It is. And you know what else? He also told us about precipitation and how the snake will sometimes, in the morning time, he'll slither around and make these wavy lines with his body.
Wow.
And then he will come up around some dew. Do you know what dew is?
I do. It's outside in the mornings.
It is. It's a type of precipitation. And the snake will get his tongue, and he will drink the dew off of the grass.
Wow.
that?
That is cool.
And then he also told us about drought and how the snakes, they don't like drought. They like to have it be cool and a safe place. And you know what? I also remember he told us about the little rattle on the back, on the tail. He'll shake his rattle just like this, and it's just for protection.
Oh, animals do need to protect themselves
They
sometimes.
do. And then Lemuel came on and he showed us how to make these spiral lines and wavy lines.
Oh, wow.
And I thought for a moment that in your tool belt you might have a couple other ideas. A little snake that maybe moves like this.
Let's see, I got this kind.
Oh, you do have. I wonder what kind of line that is. Is it a spiral?
It doesn't look the same.
So maybe it's a wavy line.
He is a wavy line.
And do you have,
I got this kind too.
that's what I was hoping you had. Look at this. So one of my friends, she gave me this little snake right here, and he can move around.
He moves a lot.
He does move a lot, and he can make those wavy lines. And I'm wondering, Candace, can we use this snake right here to make a number?
A number? Well, that would be fun. What kind of number could we make?
Well, I was thinking if we had any numbers we knew that had a wavy line. I know. Can I borrow that Magnadoodle right here?
Sure.
So if I write the number 1, right? Number 1, it doesn't have a wavy or curly line, does
No,
it?
just a straight line.
It's just a straight line. I wonder if the number that comes after that.
That is a wavy line.
It is. Do you think you could use this snake right here and make the number 2 with a wavy line?
Well, I can try.
I think you can.
Let's see. He goes like this, and then maybe curve him around like this, and then let the tail be the straight part. Hey, that looks kind of like a 2.
That does look like a 2. I wonder if the number that comes after 2. What number is that?
That's-
1, 2,
3.
3. Do you think the number 3?
We can try. Might be a little more complicated.
I'm going to write the number 3 on my magnet.
Okay, you write it, and I'm going to try to make it. It might take me a minute. That kind of looks like a 3. What about that?
That does, and that does have the wavy lines. Wow. So we've done the number 2 and 3 with a wavy line. And I don't think any numbers have a spiral line, do they?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. But I do think a letter. I'm thinking of a letter that comes after OP. It comes after P, and it's a lowercase. Can you think of a lowercase letter that comes after the letter P?
Q?
You're right. So sometimes I have seen a Q, a lowercase q, and it'll have a swirly line like that. It's like a fancy Q.
That is pretty fancy. I
is
don't know if I can
fancy.
write that fancy.
Well, we probably don't see it much in kindergarten or in preschool, but it is out there. I wonder if the children at home could spy a fancy Q with a spiral. I think they can.
I bet they could find one.
I think so. So Candace, we've talked about the wavy lines and the spiral lines. We talked about how Lemuel made he made a wavy snake
Oh, that's beautiful.
with the Play-Doh. And
I bet friends at home could do that too.
I think so. Well, this was a snake that a little boy made from home, and he shared it with us.
Wow.
And this snake right here was a spiral snake.
Very cool.
And it all talked about what are the different types of weather. And we talked about the precipitation, and you shared with us the Spanish and vocabulary words for that.
Precipitation.
Precipitation.
And we also said like this, rain.
I remember that one was easy. Yes. And then our next word was drought. It was dry. What was the Spanish for that?
Well, our Spanish for that was sequía.
Sequía.
And the sign was a little bit harder. We went across this way, did our thumb up, and then rain. So like no rain, no rain at all.
That's right. And I think that's it. So the children at home, I bet they can ask their families if they can go visit the Natural Science Museum, and maybe they can see Corey, and maybe they can see the snake. And I heard that there's a special snake at the Science Museum.
No way. We should check that out.
We should go check it out. And you can learn all about snakes from books at your local library.
That's a
correct?
great idea.
Yes. So until next time,
Farewell.
Friends, we hope you had fun today. Please join us again for some more adventures next time. For more family enrichment activities, visit our website at mdek4.1.org/EC.
Farewell, farewell, friends today, friends that are here and far away. We have learned a lot through play about our theme and question of the day. Farewell, farewell, friends today. It's time to go till another day. Farewell.